On this day of service in honor of Dr. King and continuing on the path that he has set forth to demand for justice, um, to demand for freedom, we continue on the same road by engaging in proactive democracy. We continue to ask questions. Um, we continue to engage in civic debates to find out how the government is run in our local communities. We do so by reading, listening to the news, doing research. It is a full time job, but we do so because we love this country. We do so because United States is the world leader. You want to make sure that you're contributing to the world economy by engaging in debates right here in America. There is no better place to do that, and Dr. King has already shown us how to do it. There are so many ways in our day to engage in public debates. There are a lot of social platforms. All we have to do is to read and acclimatize with what's happening in our communities and therefore respond and hold our leaders accountable. It is not enough to just be spoon fed by the media. We also have an obligation to check the facts, compare and contrast, so that we know who is leading us in our local communities, to know who is leading the whole country, and to know who is setting an example for the whole world. Whether or not we like it, many countries look up to America as the model. And all of us as individuals, we have the opportunity to participate. That is why education is very important. And when I say education here, I'm not talking about college necessarily, although that is not excluded. I am talking about reading about what's happening, because that is very critical. I cannot emphasize it enough. Because if we don't read, we argue on the things that we don't know. And if you have been on a debate club like I have many times, you can't debate without having read and researched your subject. So, in honor of Dr. King, I challenge you to pick an issue that you're passionate about in your community and look for leaders in public office who stand for the same issue and try to see whether what is happening in office is what you think represents um, the the freedoms as you see them, and just play around with that and see what you make of it. Do you think that if your ideals of what freedom stands for were to be applied the entire US, we would have more peace? Do you think we would have a better economy? Do you think that would be a model for many of the world countries? Just be engaged. Sometimes people will not agree with you, but the more disagreements we have, the more engagement we have with our local governments, the more awareness we have about what's happening around us. Um, I don't know. For me, it's like I would feel really ill for not being able to participate in the affairs of my local community. And I cannot imagine that there is a better way as an individual to honor Dr. King other than being involved in local politics.